Hello everyone, this is Avery TV. Welcome to the first episode of Storytime with Avery. On today's episode of Storytime with Avery, you'll be hearing my story about me being discriminated at a local deli. It all started in April of 2015, last year. I was at my friend's house one day, and he told me the story of how he got kicked out of a local deli, our local deli, about the fact that they were having fun at the deli. I think they were watching some sort of funny video or something, which then ended up getting out of hand. They were yelling, possibly spitting by mistake, and making a mess by mistake when they were having too much fun. And the owner literally was angry and pissed off about it just because over a mess and spitting. And he decided to kick my friend and their other friends out until the age of 18. And that's how I heard. That's how I've heard when my friend told me all about that story. So then after that, he told me that he wasn't sure how long he was kicked out until. Quite frankly, back then, his house was really right by the place. So I was like, why not I go in, ask the owner how long my friend's kicked out until. So I went to the deli, asked the man how long he's kicked out until. Then he said, until he's turned the age of 18. And then that just got me in my head, what is that guy thinking? So I felt like that was a bit harsh, because even though he's the owner, he should really think twice about these things. So then I said to him, sir, don't you think it's a little too harsh? And then after when I said that, he literally got angry at me when I was repeatedly telling him, I think it's too harsh. I'd say you should bring him back to the deli. And then after when I said it repeatedly, the owner looked at me in the eye and said, you know what? Now you're kicked out until you're 18. So get out of my deli, now. And then basically after that, I cursed at him. Previously, called him a fuckhead. And I literally didn't give a shit because I had my rights to speak, and the owner literally disrespected me for no reason and kicked me out without a proven reason. And I just literally ran out and didn't return for the last couple of months after that, because the owner, in my opinion, was a jerk. So then came state exams week, last day of school, state exams week. After my global history regions, I decided to go to the place with my friend, but a different friend that needed money for a sandwich and wanted to split an Italian mix-up with me. Went there and asked for an Italian mix-up, but the moment when the owner looked in the eye, saw my face that looked familiar, he said in his own words, out of his filthy mouth, "You can't be in my deli." Then I decided to act like I'm the wrong person, and decided to act like a smart aleck, but in a way where he thinks that I'm the wrong person that's being wrongly accused. So I said, "I'm sorry, sir, I don't know what you're talking about." Then the owner knew exactly what I was talking about, and he was like, "You know why you're kicked out?" And I'm like, "I don't know why I'm kicked out. I'm the wrong person. I think you're just thinking things." And then he says, "Get out." He was yelling at me in front of all customers staring at me, and I felt really discriminated. I felt excluded, and literally swore at him and left because, like I said before, he's a jerk, and he just literally didn't give a crap about some people. And in my opinion, I was like completely overwhelmed and upset. So basically, when my friend wanted money and who was with me, basically he couldn't get anything to eat either because I was with him. So that wasn't really fair. So then I decided to come back 2 weeks later with my brother, because after the fact I'm swearing at him and butting into his business where I shouldn't have, I decided to say a real apology to the owner. I went inside the same exact place where the owner is, just standing there, and I think he was with non-staff members that day. Just him alone. So I walked, sent a real apology, and said this: "Hey, it's me again. I know you don't like me in your deli and everything else like that, so I'm extremely sorry of how I've butt into your business where I really should have kept my mouth shut, and I apologize for swearing in front of your face and yelling at you." And then he was like, "Okay," because I wasn't sure if he was going to accept my apology or not. I wasn't sure if he was really listening to my apology. So then I said, "I know it might be hard for you, but would it be okay if I come back to your deli and shape up again?" And the words he said right out of his mouth was, "No." I felt like I was denied service. He denied service against me. My brother was with me. Then he says, "Look, sir, he's sorry is what he's done, and he made mistakes, and everyone makes mistakes. Please make him a sandwich." Then he's like, "No, he needs to accept the fact that he's kicked out, and I'm not going to make him a sandwich. Get out of my deli." So he literally disrespected my brother, too, when I was with him. So we left, and I'm not going back to that place again after the fact that the owner discriminated me. So otherwise, I need to explain what else is going on, too. So, my friends, not just my friend who's been kicked out, who told me to ask the owner how long he's kicked out until. Him, other friends of mine, and his friends, including myself, all have disabilities. And I feel like the owner is against people with disabilities. And that's how my parents and that's how my brother feels about it, because I've seen none of my other friends with non-disabilities been kicked out of this place before. Only my friends with disabilities. And I gotta tell you, not happy with the owner of how he treats customers, and he has no satisfaction of people with disabilities, and I felt offended, like extremely offended, because I was excluded, and some people are just jerks, and some people just don't realize that everyone's different. People make mistakes in life, and I made a mistake by butting into his business, and I said a real apology to him, and he wouldn't take it. He wouldn't, accept it, and doesn't people, deserve a second chance? Seriously. I was, very upset and glad I'm never, ever going back to that local deli. And I just have to tell you guys, if you know something is wrong, and if, something is not right, try not to butt into the business, and instead, don't swear at the person. Just make sure to say a nice eye-to-eye conversation, politely, about what you think is not right. Because everyone literally has the right to speak. They have the rights to entitle their own opinions, and Some people, I think, are just ignorant, especially the owner that kicked me out for no reason. No proven reason. And just because he's the owner, that doesn't matter if he's the owner or not. It's no excuse that he had to kick me out and my other friends for no proven reason. People have disabilities, and people need to accept the fact that people are different. And that's my story I wanted to tell you, because it was stuck in my head, and I will never ever forget this incident. I'm just very glad that I told all of you guys this story, because I love telling stories to people. And if you have a disability, and if you think someone's ignorant, don't listen to that person. Don't even give the person money if he's the owner of a deli or something. Pathetic. So, that's my story, guys, and I hope you enjoyed my very first episode of Storytime with Avery. Avery Heaney, signing out.